Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. If you're new here, please tap that subscribe button below for more weight loss stories and to join our awesome community, the Narwhals. No longer super morbidly obese, and a warning. I wanted to wait another week to be sure, but as of Saturday, my BMI is 49.2. Super morbidly obese is a BMI greater than 50. My highest BMI was 66.3. I was 210 kilos, 460 pounds. I'm now only morbidly obese, still need to lose about half my body weight. My next goal is to get below a BMI of 40, which I believe would make me severely obese, but no longer morbidly obese. I should be able to hit that by the end of the year, fingers crossed anyways. It doesn't seem real sometimes, wish I had done this sooner. The key was learning about total daily energy expenditure and calories. I wanted to post this here though as a warning. There was nothing unusual or unique about me. I was overweight most of my life, but when I went from being obese to morbidly obese to super morbidly obese within maybe 5 years, I did never consider myself to eat or be like the kind of people you see on My 600-Pound Life. Yet, I was maybe only another year away from that at my highest, at the rate I was going. What I'm trying to say is that if this happened to me, becoming super morbidly obese, it can happen to you. Way easier than you realize. You let it slip long enough, and eventually you end up like I was, barely able to walk for more than a few minutes without severe back pain, always out of breath, venous insufficiency in your legs, pre-diabetic, hypertensive. It all catches up to you. Luckily, I've since managed to get off blood pressure drugs and fix my blood sugar all by losing weight, but my leg will always look like crap now. I just wanted to give a warning to people who are in a similar position to where I was a decade ago when I was only obese. Change now, and do it before you do any lasting damage. 160 pounds lighter, but the mental battle is much heavier than the physical ever was. I can't really pinpoint the moment in my life I became obese, but I know it was young. I was a super active kid in my teens and relatively active as well. I played varsity soccer and spent most of my time helping my family garden and farm. But I knew around 6th grade that I was heavier. This summer before I started high school, I vowed to find a way to become slimmer like everyone else. I ran hundreds of laps around my parents' property while they were at work during the day. I tried to go days without eating, sit-ups in my room after bedtime, push-ups and crunches. I just wanted to not be heavy. I wanted to not be heavy so freaking much. But summer ended and I started high school overweight. I can tell you I wore a hooded sweatshirt every single day of school, and no matter if it was 100 plus degrees with North Carolina humidity or what. I felt safer and I felt hidden. I can tell you that until summer of 2019, I had never worn a pair of shorts in public that I can recall. I can tell you that my depression over my weight hung so heavily over my head back then. Fast forward to my mid-20s, and you'll find that I found some refuge online. And people, in most cases, didn't know nor care that I was overweight. I found enough refuge that it's what I've clung to most of my life. And no going to clubs and bars, no parties, no wild trips with friends. I can't say I fully regret it because I have made some outstanding lifelong friends in my time living through the internet. I feel sad for my 25-year-old self looking back. She deserved the memories everyone else made. She deserves so much more than I gave her. I punished myself so much for so long. In 2018, the person who I had spent a good deal of my adult life with walked out because I asked them to get a job and help contribute to our bills. Heartless of me, I know. And that was the worst part of my self-punishment. I allowed myself to think I needed to do whatever it took to keep my significant other around, even if it meant working 2 jobs while I finished college, while he was jobless. I told myself I needed to show him I cared because there were a few others who would look past my appearance and give me a chance. In 2018, I decided I was tired of myself and the self-hate I carried in every pound. I consulted a nutritionist and doctors, and we made a plan. We made many plans: meal plans, fasting plans, nutrition classes, cooking classes. I made my first adult friend in cooking class. I had setbacks, i.e. my ex decided to come back and leave around 50 to a million times, and I was a fool. I had bad days. I specifically ate all the marshmallows out of my roomie's Lucky Charms because I needed sugar in a moment of weakness. I know that's unforgivable in most cases, but they saw past it and forgave. I had to hire a trainer to teach me how to use the equipment at the gym. And at the end of the day, I still fight self-hate. I still see flaws in my mirror. I still get rushes of depression that I have to fight off. The physical battle wasn't nearly as hard as the mental battle. I am Callie. I am 160 pounds lighter than my 2018 self. I am good enough to be loved by myself and those in my life, and my weight doesn't determine that, and never should have. Starting weight, 325 pounds. Current weight, 165. Goal, be okay with me, and make memories no matter my size. Progress pic. I, female 26, have lost over 50 pounds and I'm gaining my life back. A female 26, 5'7", starting weight 287 pounds, current weight 233, and goal weight 171. I have been struggling with my weight for a long time. I used to be an active kid, and sports were a big part of my life. Growing up, I forgot most of my hobbies and started to gain some weight. I also struggled with mental health issues and was in a really dark place for years. Therapy and good relationships have helped me to find good joy again in my life, but I realized that I'm morbidly obese after all those years I neglected myself. I lost my job in February, and then the pandemic hit the world. I didn't have many job opportunities, but I tried my best to find something. In May, I finally found a new job, something completely different than before. My new job is very physical, and I was worried about how I could handle it. I had so much motivation to get my life together, so I chose to make it work. The first few weeks were so awful. I was in pain and constantly exhausted. After a few weeks, I stepped on a scale and realized that I had lost over 10 pounds. After a few weeks more, the same had happened again. In July, I started to watch what I eat. I do calories in, calories out, and I don't deny myself any food groups. Portion control is everything, and with this amount of activity, it's easy to see which foods boost your performance and which disturb it. I still have problems with getting enough protein, but my diet is maybe better than ever before. Losing this weight feels so good. I do so much better at work, and now I have energy left after work days too. And carrying 50-pound objects feels so bad that I don't understand how I've ever managed to move around with all my weight. I still have a really long way to go, but I'm determined to reach my goals. I understand that I have to have plenty of activity in my life to feel good and be healthy. I don't plan to go back to office work since I have no idea of how I could be healthy in those kind of settings. And besides losing weight, I have gained so much confidence, health, and new friends from my new job that I'm really happy where I am today. Losing weight makes you realize your clothes don't just fit better, you've been wearing the wrong size and were in denial. An important lesson I've learned in my journey, just because it zips doesn't mean it fits. At the beginning, once I would realize that my trousers no longer take an extortionate amount of effort to squeeze into, I'd rush to buy a smaller size, and knowing that I dropped a size would make me feel ecstatic and accomplished. But it wasn't necessarily true that I needed to size down. And now that I'm at a lot more peace with the way my body looks undressed, I am comfortable with shopping for clothes that actually fit me right, and not too tight, not too loose. As sometimes it means sizing up, sometimes it means sizing down. The dress size of an item is relative to another dress size of the same item, not to you. I went into a Uniqlo last night to pick up a smaller pair of jeans. I have multiple pairs of those, and they're pretty much the only trousers I wear. In January, I wore a size large, but really my stomach was hanging out of them. Once it no longer was, I was so excited to go get a medium. It took a lot of checking myself out in the mirror and being truthful to myself to admit that I don't in fact need to size down just yet. The large was finally fitting me right, and at the start, I should have definitely worn an extra large or XXL. Yesterday, I got a small, and it fits perfectly. It's not tight, not loose. Anyone else resonate with this? For the first time ever since I started trying to lose weight since the beginning of the year, I've gone 7 straight days without failing and binging. I don't want to stop, and I feel more motivated than ever. All it took was a change of mindset and what I eat. I'm 18 male, 5'10", and started off at 250 pounds 7 days ago. I'm 9 pounds down already, which admittedly is mostly water weight since I've stopped eating like crap. I haven't touched sodas or candy and eat fruits like oranges and bananas to fulfill those cravings for sweet stuff. My breakfast usually consists of either a few pieces of fruit, oatmeal, or both. Whenever I get a craving for chocolate, I make myself a cup of black coffee and drink 2 glasses of water. For lunch, it's usually a few pieces of fruit. As for dinner, it's pretty much always poached or grilled chicken with white jasmine rice and a side of veggies, which is usually a pre-made salad mix. Taco seasoning or Asian spice mixes are used to marinate the chicken. I'm planning to reward myself every 2 weeks by eating out, but not overeating when I do. For the first time ever, I'm enjoying dieting. I'm not hating every minute of it. I don't feel like I'm restricting myself either. The way I started to look at trying to better myself and make myself healthier was from a third-person perspective. I treat myself as if I was my own younger sibling or own child, self-parenting. If I saw them eating like crap while overweight and obese, I'd immediately tell them to change their ways and guide them to start eating healthier. This has been working so far, and I feel great about it. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our Reddit community. To join our Reddit community, just open the description below. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories, and to join our friendly community, the Narwhals. Princess says, trying to get to the big 60 pounds down. 1 more pound to go. Mr. Pineapple says, my tattoo is changing shape. Falco says, nervous to post, but here it is. A slow and steady progress. Sorry for the crazy face in the second after pic. And thanks for sharing, featured narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more weight loss stories and to join our friendly community, the Narwhals. And thanks for watching, narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.